So we're just setting out and Equine Sidney. I've normally videoed from the other way, but Kyle is sorting out his pedals and I didn't want to miss the beginning part of the hack, as I always try and get this part. Hopefully you can hear me, guys. It's a little bit windy, weather's changed a little bit, although it's much more pleasant to ride in like this. So I will switch the camera around now so you can see him in a better angle. So I went to zoom in and cut you off. Apparently you can do it on the middle button, but yeah, I cut you off. So just to say, it's quite a unusual when he just never gives you a true liking when you're videoing off another horse. But as I say, you'll see some video of him from the ground, but he's an absolutely stunningly put together horse. I think black horses are always beautiful anyway, I really do. That's a nice view. Going to the toilet. But Sid actually only arrived last night, although we have had Sidney before. I do know him. I can answer lots of questions about him. Oh guys, I'm gonna have to cut this off and come back on. I've got I can see I've got a phone call coming through. Luckily it's not cut us off, but I'll pick this up in a second. Weren't in the ideal position there for the traffic video, but wanted to get that in. So I think it's just going to be one of those days today when we keep getting interrupted on the video. But anyway, don't get as much info over on this video as I can. Oh, thank you. Cars passing very close. So yeah, as I say, I actually know Sid quite well, so can hopefully give you lots of info and answer any questions. But he is a lovely, lovely natured horse. He did only arrive with us last night. He went into the field, hence it looks a little bit muddy, dusty. So he'll have a bath tonight. Hopefully I can bring you a nice sparkling photo or video, whatever, tomorrow. So Kyle is hacking out in a snaffle. Look where Kyle's hands are. I'll always show you that. He's not like a sharp horse, Sidney is. He is one that you can sit on and get your leg on, which I think makes you feel quite nice and secure. He is 11 years old, and as I say, he's absolutely beautiful. Oh, chickens in the hedge. Good boy, Duke. And Duke had a little jump then. He is a warm blood cross hackney, so quite a flashy breed. And what I'll do throughout this hack is keep bringing you video clips. I won't keep saying we're going and then back on, and I'll just show you him throughout the hack. Whoa, Duke, steady. I'll show you him with that throughout the hack and bring you as much info. Yeah, we'll go down there, Kyle. Okay, so we're heading down our favourite track. Hopefully we can get down there to show you more of him today. But this horse, as I was saying just, that he's got the most loveliest nature. He's a very kind horse. I think a lot goes to be said when you look at a horse's face, and you know, the old kind eyes and things like that. But he's a really, really kind natured horse. As I say, last night he was in the field. Kyle went and caught him. He was out with Duke, who I'm on, and Kyle went and caught him, caught Sid first and brought him in. Couldn't catch Duke, which is as per always. Duke has to come, sliding over. Duke has to come in wandering on the yard, and you have to kind of spy your chance at 22 years old. But Kyle just went in and caught Sid, tied him up, left him tied up. Well, he's had a groom, tacked up. He's a good boy to get on. He's a good boy to tack up. He's a good boy to stand by the mounting block and get on. You can get on and mess about with your stirrups and your girth and all that. Like I say, he's not sort of like a fizzy, sort of sharp sort like that at all. Hang on, let me just catch up my reins. Just trying to get a probably not got the best video angle, but when you're on one that walks faster than the other one, let me just zoom out, there we go. So yeah, Duke's on a bit of a mission, and Sid doesn't walk out that much. In all fairness, Sid is a typical, reminds me of a bit of a mummy's boy. So he'd quite happily let the other horse go in front and do everything, you know. Sid, he is like a bit of a mummy's boy like that, but that's his temperament in general. Like I say, he's very honest, he's very kind-natured, and I have a lot of history with him. He was in a long-term home. I need to just double check how long. A number of years, quite a few years, and he actually was owned by a lovely lady who is still in touch now. And he was her first horse. Now, to be fair, I'm not saying that you should have him as a first horse, but he was the lady's first horse, and she sort of just learned on him and learnt with him. I've got quite a few videos and things of him over that time, and she literally learned everything on him. As I say, a lot of people say, oh, this is suitable first horses, suitable for novices. What I try and do is just show you as much info. Oh God, the blooming birds, good boy. Show you as much info as I can, and obviously you guys know yourselves as riders, so you're the best ones to advise yourself on horses' suitability. I can only show you the horses with us. So he's very good in the traffic, never bothers in any traffic. You can see that he's not strong. He is one that you put a little bit of leg on. He works in the school, works happily in the school. He jumps as well, so he's definitely an all-rounder. He's good to load, he's good to travel. We've had him turned out with mares and geldings, and he's been absolutely fine. He's good to catch, he's good to shoe, he's up to date with everything. He's up to date with the dentist. What else? Let's see a bit more of him in the camera there. I really can't wait to show you him from the ground, because honestly, he's an absolute beautiful horse. He really is lovely. And we're just riding downhill at the minute, and that's why I'm managing to get this angle, because Duke, getting a little bit older at 22, he likes to take it a bit steadier down the hills, even though he wants to keep jumping at birds flying out the hedge. At 22 years old, hey mate, you still, things make you jump. But I just think on these videos, it's just really important to be able to show you and show how the riders are on the horses, because I think it gives you a good idea of how the horses go, how the horses feel, to how the rider is. And I want to try and do the zoom in again now. Hang on, let's not cut you off. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see, well, you can just tell by Kyle's arms, he's riding very relaxed, as does Kyle do, in all fairness. But obviously, you've got to have a horse that you feel relaxed on. He's great on fun rides. He's not one that has to fight to be at the front. He's not one that goes off in canter until you ask him. I really am only looking for the best of homes for him. All horses deserve the best of homes, they do, but I don't want to see him passed around. I want to see him in a long-term home. I want to see him somewhere where he's been loved, where he's been enjoyed, you know, and I mean, that's all you can ask for any of the horses, I do know that, but I think sometimes when you've got them with the honest, super sweet temperament, and like I say, I definitely would say he's a bit of a mummy's boy, you know, so he's probably wants somebody who pampers him, and you know, as I say, just loves him and enjoys him. He's good to clip, by the way. He's good to clip. Trying to think of everything to cover. As I say, I've got quite a few videos already of him, but I think what I will do today and over the coming days is just keep videoing him so you can actually just see him for yourself. Doesn't matter how much info I give you like this over voiceover, you've got to see the horses for yourself and then decide on the suitability. But honestly, he's an absolute beaut. The prices of these horses at the minute seem to have gone through the roof again. I mean, literally through the roof. I'm still trying to keep my horses reasonably priced to give everybody a chance. And now all of our horses are sold with a full contract as well. So there is a sales agreement and a returns policy. Oh, I just see him stop. I don't know if you caught that on video, but I saw him just try and get a little cheeky bite of the, well, weeds or whatever they are. But you know, to me, when a horse is trying to get a cheeky little bite, riders are relaxed. That's a happy horse. And he's hacking really, really well. And like I say, tacked up, Kyle just got on, no bother at all. Messed about with his stirrups, still weren't happy with them when they set out. He's told me that the stirrup irons are too small for his feet, so that's not ideal. They will be changed. But anybody who's got some lovely country hacking and wants a nice horse to go and explore the countryside on, then Sid very, very much enjoys this. You've been a good boy, Duke, behind now. Not fighting for the front. Right, now me and Duke, we've turned round now, and me and Duke are going to try and stay behind, but he's already look, I've got my hands. Whoa, Dupey, he knows this is a canter, so I'm trying to stay away from Sydney's backside so I can literally focus the video on Sid and you can see him. You'll have to totally excuse my horse's behaviour because it's just so exciting when you know you're going to have a canter. He just can't contain himself. And when I've got a video one-handed, I literally got my hands pinned. I have to have my hand pinned into his neck. Okay, Kyle, whenever you're ready, mate. Kyle and Sydney being very... Oh, Kyle, let's catch up. Kyle's in a nice canter. Oh, I don't know, hopefully you can see, but it's always a good indication. If Kyle picks it trotting straight into canter. Oh, I'm swallowing flies. Let me zoom in. If Kyle picks straight into canter, he clearly feels safe. Because some horses are a bit fresh and totally understandable. But Sydney has never been known to buck me or anything like that. He's a good boy. Me and Duke giving it some. And I'm actually zoomed in, even though it looks like I'm quite close. There we go. But a lovely lad, happily taking the lead in his canter. Relaxed, bold, brave in his canter. And you probably can't see this from the video, but Kyle's sitting nicely. He's got a bit of leg on. Just enough leg so you feel like you're not being run off with. Clearly good to bring down to trot and back to walk because he's one-handed and answered his phone. Let's have a little zoom in. Got the hang of this zooming in like malarkey now. So what I like to see, guys, is after a canter, I like to see how the horses are reacting. And, you know, when we've had a good canter in the open field or the open space or whatever, it's, you know, quite normal for horses to have that bit of an adrenaline rush and perhaps just take a few minutes to settle down. But as you can see, look at Kyle's riding, look at Sid. That's not the case. Kyle's pushed the button and asked for canter and got it, had a lovely canter, come back to trot, back to walk, and is just hacking as he should do, quietly. And I think that's a good show of Sid's temperament. Now obviously, you know, we like to show you as much as we can when we're out on these horses, but as I was saying, I don't want sort of a very novice home for Sid, and that's not because I don't think he's safe, because you can absolutely see he's a good boy. You know, and he's, like I say, he's not sharp, he's not a sensitive type. He will wait around when you get on for you to mess about. He has been to your fun rides and been in trailers, tied up at the side, then just stood around for conversations and gone out on his fun ride. You know, all of that you literally expect. But he is a warm blood cross Hackney, so that is two fairly flashy breeds, and so really horses like him need and want to be worked. He's not one that you've got to ride every day, guys. That's not what I'm saying. He doesn't get sharp. You don't have to lunge him before you get on or anything like that. But as most horses, they absolutely are better when they're in, you know, the more work they do. So I don't want to see him just stood doing nothing. I want to see him, as I said before, enjoyed. Even, it doesn't have to be competing, guys. It can be competing if you want, but just look at Kyle on him. I want, you know, somebody even that just wants to tack up and maybe go miles and miles across the countryside even, and you want something in open spaces that perhaps doesn't hot up, and that'd be him as well. So it's quite sometimes with these horses it's quite difficult to describe them, because obviously you're showing how they are and how good they are, but at the same time you've got to respect that each horse is suitable for a different home. And this is in general, this is not talking necessarily about Sydney now. You've got to take that into consideration when you're looking for a horse. So for example, if you want to go 3-day eventing, as fantastic as the cobs are, and there's many cobs that will have a go at that, it's obviously not going to be their absolute destiny in life. So, you know, just shop according to your needs, basically. So there'll be lots more video coming over the next few days. I will answer any questions, and he's very reasonably priced. He also does come complete with his tack as well, guys, so he will have his tack with him. Kyle's got our tack on right now, so that's not the tack that he comes with, but he does have his own tack, and that will be included with him. So he is very, very well priced for a lovely horse. Thank you. Oh, do you know what, sometimes we have some really considerate people on the road, and then other days we have the most inconsiderate people. So this is our Sydney. You just see a van up ahead, so I thought I would just video. Tell you what, you can tell that Duke has had his canter and got the whiz out of him, because he's quite happy behind now and we're not fighting for first place. I can now relax. My hands can be where they should be and not pinned into his neck. But you can see Sid there with a bit of traffic. But as I say, he's very good in the traffic. I think there's even videos of him riding over a motorway bridge and things with his previous owner. I really like this horse. I mean, I like all the horses we have, or else I wouldn't have them, obviously, but some of them you just get a bit of a soft spot for, and I think he fits that. He falls into that category. I have a soft spot for him. And as I say, look out for some videos of him off the ground. So just coming up the home straight, and I did have a think I need to put the heart range on, and now I've just come on here, I can't even remember it, but we are midway through the fours, guys. So I will have a look at what that is, and anybody that's not familiar with the heart range, just drop me a message and I will send you a chart. But yeah, now Dupe has decided to take a chill pill and steady down, at least I can show you Sid. I actually think he really suits Kyle. both a pair of mummies, boys. Kyle doesn't watch my videos, so I can say what I want. But yeah.